There's been a lot of talk recently about how long it took the ambulance to arrive to get Tyree Nichols. But what you might not realize is that in busy metropolitan areas, this is far more common than you think. When a call comes into 911, the dispatcher will dispatch the most appropriate and closest unit for the nature of that call. But a lot of times, EMS units will be out of service for various reasons. Maybe they're low on staffing, maybe they don't have trucks, maybe they're out on another transport, or maybe they're stuck at the hospital. So when things like that happen, what the dispatcher will do is they will send an engine to what's known as first respond. On the engine, there will be EMTs or paramedics whose job will be to get to the patient before the ambulance does. Their job is to do a complete assessment, get vitals, treat the patient, and give a good report to the incoming transporting unit. But what you may not realize is how overwhelmed many of these EMS systems are and how long you might actually have to wait to get an ambulance. Let's take Memphis, for example. Memphis is a town of 302 square miles, 633,000 residents, and they have 35 ambulances. That means there's one ambulance for every 18,088 people. One of the most recent stats I found for 2021, Memphis EMS responded to approximately 450 calls per day. It's about 19 calls per hour. Now this brings up two big questions. Number one, why are there so many emergency calls? And number two, why are there so few people to respond to them? Well, the first one is actually pretty straightforward. The abuse of the 911 system is rampant. I even found an article saying that in Memphis alone, 20% of their 911 calls are by mistake. People call for bad dreams, people call to have food delivered, people call to have you come turn their heat down. These are obviously not emergencies, but these tie up important resources for the rest of the community. The second reason is low pay and burned out EMS providers. It's very difficult to recruit a lot of people and good people when the average pay is just above minimum wage. Now there's obviously more to the job than just money, but the hours aren't good, the benefits usually aren't good, and you're not getting paid. So what do you expect? Now, nothing I'm talking about excuses the actions of the EMTs that were on scene first, and we'll talk about that in another video. But unfortunately, 20+ minute wait times for ambulances are not that unusual. And if you want to see how bad this crisis is really going to get, you should watch this video next.